But Song of Flower is truly very special. She is a Norwegian registered vessel, and there aren't many cruise ships that can say the same. And yes, I am Norwegian, and we are very proud of our Norwegian heritage. Our goal is simply to provide the best and friendliest service, both on board and ashore. We want our guests to feel that this ship is their home away from home, and we genuinely mean this. That's why there is never a charge for wine, soft drinks, liquor aboard this vessel. We don't want our guests to worry about signing a bar tab or calculating gratuities.
Enjoy.
Because of our size, we are able to get off the beaten path and visit places other ships simply cannot reach. Places like Bao Bao, Komodo, and Polopo.
As we anchored off Komodo Island, you could sense the anticipation of what lay just ahead. Using our launch, Tiny Flower, we were able to land right on the beach. Komodo is an untamed natural reserve. There is only one small village, and the island is home to exotic birds, deer, and about 2,000 free-roaming giant lizards. As we came face to face with this throwback to the age of the dinosaurs, we simply stood in awe. This giant reptile can weigh as much as 350 pounds and grow to lengths of 13 feet. Amazingly, the Komodo dragon has been extinct everywhere but here for thousands of years. From Komodo, it was on to Flores, where summer rains danced through the area. Upon landing, we were greeted by an exciting display of swords and arrows. This traditional welcome, performed by village elders, was a vivid reminder of the ties to ancient cultures. The Portuguese first visited this island in the 16th century, and Westerners are still an uncommon sight here. So our visit was cause for a small celebration. Flores is also renowned for ikat weavings. We watched as women prepared the cotton for these exquisite weavings, which can take months, even years to complete. It's been said that some ancient pieces are so magically powerful that they must be kept out of sight in sealed baskets. By day's end, we had experienced a bit of what life must be like on this intriguing island. As we sailed on, I found myself not looking back, but forward to the comfort of Song of Flower.
Our guests aboard Song of Flower travel in uncompromising luxury. There are suites with private verandas, two-room suites measuring 400 square feet, and standard staterooms at 200 square feet, all with outside views. Each stateroom has a TV and VCR, plus a refrigerator and minibar, which is replenished with the guests' favorite beverages throughout the cruise on a complimentary basis. Of course, room service is available every day, 24 hours a day.
Approaching the island of Bhutan and our port of Bao Bao, a radiant sun welcomed us. We began the morning with the Sultan of Bhutan, who shared intriguing stories of earlier days on the island. Wandering about his home, we were amazed to learn that the first queen of Bhutan was the daughter of Kublai Khan, making the Sultan a direct descendant. Our next stop brought a special performance of a celebration dance. The people of these islands have a unique way of expressing their culture and traditions through dance. Before leaving Bao Bao, we spent the afternoon on an undisturbed stretch of white sand beach known as Nirvana. It was a time to relax, bask in the sun, and dream of the islands ahead. From Palopo, we set off for the central highlands of Sulawesi, home of the Torajan people. Legend has it that before the dawn of human memory, their ancestors descended from the stars in skyships to settle the earth. Some say Torajan houses are built to resemble the skyships of the legend. The Torajan culture places a strong emphasis on the transition from death to the heavens above. Torajan funeral ceremonies are well known throughout Indonesia. Colorful rituals can take place over the course of several weeks and involve entire villages. The death of a noble, an effigy or tautau of the deceased, is placed high in the cliff wall. A special shaman carves the likeness and dresses it in the nobleman's clothes. In the cliff, the tautau becomes home for his earthly spirit, allowing him to watch over fields and friends below. It's truly difficult to describe the level of service one experiences on Song of Flower. Our stewardess seemed to know our schedule, even though we didn't really think we had one. Our dining room waiter always remembered to bring tea rather than coffee. And the bartender knew our favorite cocktail after the first night. Everyone was very attentive, but never intrusive, and there seemed to be a genuine desire to serve. It seemed especially genuine as gratuities on board Song of Flower are neither expected nor accepted. While Song of Flower carries only 172 passengers, the ship has everything you'd expect to find on a much larger vessel, so there was always plenty to do, or not to do. Like enjoying a fully equipped health club with sauna and massage therapy. During days at sea, we were treated to lectures by experts on the art, history, and culture of the area. Song of Flower also has an open bridge policy. We enjoyed chatting with the officers and learning more about the waters we were navigating. On Lombok, we spent the afternoon enjoying water sports, a beachside barbecue, and 7 Seas service at the pristine Senegigi Beach. Others set out in search of legends, such as the eternal spring of youth, said to be found at the Narmada Water Palace. Lombok has changed little over the centuries. The people exist as one with the land, continuing a cycle as old as time itself. Some say Lombok is much the way Bali was 50 years ago. Evenings on Song of Flower reminded me of one of the many reasons we had chosen this ship. There is a standard of attention to detail here that I have never before experienced. Dining was comfortably elegant. Each course was beautifully presented and accompanied by excellent French and California wines, all on a complimentary basis. The single open seating allowed us to dine when, where, and with whom we pleased. Needless to say, the service was simply outstanding. After dinner, there were still plenty of activities from which to choose. A nightclub for dancing the night away. Comfortable lounges where we swap stories with our new friends. A full casino with roulette wheel, slot machines, and 2 blackjack tables. And fabulous cabaret-style shows. It was far more than we expected for a ship of this size. Dawn brought us to the island of Java and the amazing Buddhist monument of Borobudur. Built over 1,200 years ago, it is the largest ancient monument in the southern hemisphere. We were told it took as many as 10,000 men 100 years to construct Borobudur. Yet no nation or group of men could possibly build it today. Mysteriously, the monument was abandoned soon after completion and later buried for 1,000 years under volcanic ash. It was rediscovered by Sir Stamford Raffles in 1814. All too soon, we had reached the end of our journey, and our last port of call, Singapore. The British influence is easily recognizable here. Certainly in landmarks such as Raffles Hotel, the place Joseph Conrad, Kipling, and so many others called home when in the Far East. Though Singapore is an incredibly clean and modern city, we were charmed to see that many of the old neighborhoods remain and have been restored. Arab Street, Chinatown, and Little India. Individual personalities adding history and color to the city of the 90s. I can't imagine a better way to end our Indonesian odyssey. That evening, we went down to the waterfront, not far from the spot where Sir Stamford Raffles first stepped ashore, and watched as our Song of Flower sailed on to new islands. As she sailed on, I remembered the faces of her friendly staff and those of the people we had met on these fascinating islands. It was easy to understand why Song of Flower had been named the best cruise value by Ocean and Cruise News. In the months ahead, Song of Flower would journey on to more wonderful places. Burma, Malaysia, Thailand, Borneo, and Vietnam. Across the Indian Ocean and the Red Sea toward Europe. It suddenly seemed obvious that this journey which began in my mind had ended in my heart. And already I was planning our next voyage. We came seeking to experience what we had only read about. Instead, we discovered something new about ourselves, our world, the subtleties of other cultures. And like so many before us and many after us, we were transformed from guests into friends.